Hi, welcome to Beginner Basic Crochet. Today we're going to learn how to do a back post stitch. It's important to learn how to do the back post stitch because when you couple it with the front post stitch, you actually get the illusion of ribbing. It's a really cool effect, and you're able to do that in crochet the same way as knitting. A lot of crocheters will complain that you can't get the same look as knitting sometimes, or vice versa. Knitters will complain about crochet, and that's just not true. By putting together the back post and the front post stitches, you can get a really cool ribbed look, which is perfect for the brims of hat, or maybe the bottom edge of a sweater, or the edging outside of a baby blanket. So let's learn how to do that today. Right down here, I have a sample started. I did a chain 13, and I've already started double crocheting into my chain. I've skipped 3 chains. I worked a double crochet in the 4th chain from hook, and after I completed my double crochet, I put a stitch marker at the top of there, so that way I know that's the end of that next row when I get back to it. If you need a refresher on how to do double crochets, please go check out the Beginner Basics double crochet section. I'm just going to finish up my foundation chain setup row here. Now, if we're doing front post and back post stitches, today we're doing back post, why am I just doing the double crochets here at the very beginning? You need to start all your post stitches with some sort of a foundation. You don't want to start off immediately with post stitches because there are no posts to a chain. The post is actually created when a stitch is made. If you watch all the other videos, you'll notice I've referred to the tops of the stitch as the V's. Like there's this V section up here, and we think of this front part of the V as the front leg, or the front loop, and this back one as the back leg or the back loop. But what about this big meaty section of the stitch? And it's called the post. And that's where we're actually going to be creating our stitch when we create the back post stitch. I'm at the end of the row. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chain 3, and we are not counting this chain 3 as a stitch for our purposes today, which means I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start with a double crochet just like I normally would. I would be putting it underneath the V's. You'll notice that both V's are on my hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. I'm going to grab my other marker just like I normally do and put it in the top V of that stitch I just created. That way I have a visual point of where the end of my row is the next time. This is where the action happens, you guys. You ready? We're going to do a back post. You begin just like you do any sort of double crochet. You're going to yarn over your hook. What's different here is instead of going into the stitch like we normally would right there, like we did before, we're actually going to go around this post. If you want to do a front post, there is a video available in the Beginner Basics, but because we're doing back post, we're going to take our hook, we're going to go back behind the stitch, and we're going to go in the right side, go over or around the post and out the left side. So if from my side it looks like this, it looks like I'm just looking at the shaft of the hook. But if I kind of tilt it like this, see how it looks like my post is resting on my hook? Very similar to the way the front post double crochet looks, only it's behind my work because we want it in the back. Now I'm going to yarn over my hook, and I want my hook to travel the same path it took to get to the position it is now. So I've yarned over my hook. I'm going to come out the left side, underneath the post, and out the right side. You'll see I'm bringing the hook out towards me. It is not going out the other way. I'm not going to come out this way, otherwise it just doesn't work very well. So now it's out towards me. I'm going to flip my work back around, come up here, and I'm going to complete my double crochet just as normal. Let's do that again. Give yourself a little time with this, you guys. It is very tricky to kind of manipulate the hook through the stitch, but you can do this, I know it. I've yarned over my hook, I'm behind the stitch, I'm going into the right side of the post, I'm going to go out the left side of the post, I'm going to grab my yarn, and if I hold it this way still, I'm going to come out the left side of the post to see where my yarn is here. Here's my yarn over, and I'm just going to keep it going. I'm going to come out the right side of the post, and I've brought it up towards me. Can you see that? So I'm back where I have my 3 loops. I complete my double crochet. I'm going to show you one more time. I know there's a rewind button, but if you're like me, I get irritated having to rewind stuff. I've yarned over my hook. I'm coming behind my stitch, going in the right side, out the left side, yarn over, and then I just bring my hook back out the left side, out the right side, and up. back there, and I'm back to do my double crochet. What you're going to notice here is as you're completing these, the top edge of those V's that we've talked about before, they're now facing you. They're kind of like a little lip or a bump to it. But if I were to flip around to the other side, you'll see I get these nice puckered stitches that look like front post stitches, right? They look like a completed front post, but we did them by completing a back post. If you're a knitter out there, you'll notice that it resembles kind of like a knit stitch and a purl stitch. So if you completed a back post, it looks like a front post on the opposite side. If we were knitters, if we completed a purl, it would look like a knit on the opposite side, and vice versa. That's how we are able to get by with it resembling a rib stitch, because it pulls the stitches either to the back of the work or to the right side of the work, and that we can get that effect by combining the two. I'm going to go ahead and set this down so you can see how this would work. If we wanted to finish this off, we would complete this entire row with double back post double crochets. Our marked stitch down here, we would not do a post stitch. We would put just a basic double crochet. I like to begin and end with just a basic, how it would normally would be, the double crochet, not a post stitch, because it gives a nice clean edge. And there you go. That's how you do a back post double crochet. Come back here and learn how to combine the two together to do single crochet ribbing.